What is going on, everyone? Commodore Last here, bringing to you guys my reaction / review of One Piece manga chapter 1123. Now, the chapter is out. We are here today to sit down and read the latest installment of the greatest adventure story ever told, provided to us by the good people at TCB. Now, I didn't realize that last week we were on a magazine break. I was like waiting on the Thursday afternoon on my day off and everything. I'm like, when the hell is this chapter going to be coming out? Because I got some greatness to read. And then I get told afterwards, no, we're on a magazine break. So here we are. We're back from the break. The time is now, man. The climax of Egghead, I would have to imagine, is even sooner and closer than we think before. Especially what happened in the last chapter, from Emmett unleashing the hockey of Joy Boy through the echo chamber tug pull. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that thing is still so crazy to me when it happened. Just, oh my God, man. And then, of course, the after events, the promo and stuff afterwards with Joy Boy saying, if you ever need your help, if you need help and all that and stuff, right, just pull away. I'm right there. I got you, right? And it seemingly feels like Emmett might be on either at death's door or already past the door based on the last panel and all that. So if that is the end for Emmett, R.I.P. to a GOAT, man, because, they held it down. That's a true Iron Giant. And then we know, of course, afterwards with the rest of the world, the stuff that's going on, we know that Caribou and Teach, the information that is known to them, he's about to find out all that soon. And then the girls say back in Marijoa after the hockey blast. And I imagine that the next time we do see them, which should probably be sooner than later, M's going to have a shoot promo ready for them. And as for what's to happen afterwards, well, we're going to have to read the chapter and find out. So let us see what Oda has prepared for us, man. And as a quick reminder, real quick, because I'm probably going to remind this in the community tab after, for next week, I will be away in New York City for Anime NYC. So I hope to the gods that the chapter will come out next Thursday instead of right now, because at this time right now, I would actually be flying out into NYC, and I probably won't be able to record a reaction until I have my room, which won't be till afternoon, evening time. So there's a fair chance that if it drops this time next week, on the Friday, I may have to wait until the evening time to react to it, possibly, or maybe wait until I get back from my trip. So just a heads up for those who are wondering about next week, where's the reaction, review, whatever for the next one. Anyways, let's get into the chapter. Let's begin the morning on a good note. So 11:23, the Void Fortnight. And, okay, so Denjiro decided, fair, we're going to bring Yamato back to the crib and have a meal, and the kids that I was hoping that he was going to send to Azkaban are actually going to feast instead too. So, fair enough. It's not in her nature to go out there and put the kids to the sword. So, fair enough. All the kebabs and everything here, the dango and stuff. But Only Child, Yamato, and the Holy Inar's Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 11. Enemies forced to share Odin. Okay, so that's fine enough. So they're eating the Odin away. Kids are having a good time. Yamato's happy. I'm happy. That's all that matters there. So, here we go. Good cover page. Let's get into this chapter. The aftermath of hockey. Egghead Island respond. And we see the scenery right here as Egghead in the background with all those ships from the Marines. And you see the one ship from the Giants of Elbaf is just gonzo. That thing is gonzo already, man. So they are getting up out of here. And as you see right there with the Marine ships and all that, everybody just down for the count because of the hockey blast. What's your status? Wake up, you guys. Oh, poor girl, man. All right. So Bonnie's, let's see, Boa's, Seraphim and everything right there. She's staying with the Marines. I don't think the other ones actually rolled up with us, so I'm pretty sure most of them just either probably stayed back, if anything. The Strats, wake up, you guys. The Strats are escaping, and then you see Doll still in the kid form and everything, just completely knocked out. So they're going to be probably like that for a while. Most unfortunate. But they'll probably end up reverting back, I think, based on what Bonnie stated with their abilities. And is that... Okay, so that's one of the other Giants. Wow. All of them are down. Okay, so yeah, they're getting the scouting report, basically, of what they just witnessed right now, as Dorian Brogue at the bottom. Seriously, that's amazing. That was greater than red hairs. Yeah, no, bro. This Joy Boy dude was different back then, bro. Do you understand how crazy? I mean, granted, we had is it the Denden Mushies, but the jet dials and all that back in Skypiea. And just imagine, after seeing that, and then, learning about hockey, putting, two and two together, you could play something like that inside of, a box or whatever, and then when you want to use it when you need to, there you go. It just gets used after. But like, it's still mad, man. And like, we're probably gonna end up learning more of that eventually once we get to the Void Sentries section of the story, which I still believe we're going to learn a big part of that during the time in Elbaf. Like, just something to me just says that we're going to know a good portion of that when we get there. But still, but it didn't seem hostile, did it? Which is interesting wording right there. Because when you say one, it's greater red hairs, which is a huge statement because Shanks' hockey is absolutely insane. But then hostile, meaning that there was a glimmer of threat within there, and they didn't feel that. So it shows you, I guess, in a way, like, that was Joy Boy. Like, if you could feel through the hockey of somebody, that if they're good or evil, that is very interesting. So in that case, it's like, nah, he isn't. Let me see Luffy over there on the side. Thanks for everything, Iron Giant. And you see him all the way far away in the distance and stuff. Because we know, of course, Saturn's the only one that still remained from the rest of them. Yeah, it's done, bro. He's so done, man. Oh my god. Arigato gozaimasu, Emmet. Like, you see the flames, the fire, everything, nothing dawned, just the darkness in the helm. Is that him in the background, Luffy? Hold on. Okay, that's at least to show like from far away and stuff. I thought he was like way closer based on the paneling at the bottom. Alrighty. Let's go while they're sleeping. We're getting out of here. You're the captains. Let's go, you bastards. We're off to Elbaf. Yep. It's still time. Even if we have a post-arc coming up, we are headed finally to the place we're destined to be. Going back to Little Garden, it's time, man. It is so time. Like, yeah! And you see the Thousand Sunny, of course, right there on the corner of the panel and everything. Where it just shows you the difference in the size of this goddamn ship in comparison to the sun. It's just, oh my god, bro. I cannot wait till we get there. And then you see on the bottom panel there, of course, Bonnie right there with Kuma, presumably who she's hugging there. Zoro, deep huffs and stuff for the run sessions that he had with Jinbei and Lucci. Usopp, tears in his eyes, but you're going to be the brave warrior of the seas come the time we get into the arc. And then, of course, with Dory broke. Oh, okay, that's why. Fair enough. He met his slab. That's what it is. He met his slab. That's what he saw. He's got that dap. I'm telling you, bro, I need the dap up. in the anime. If you can't give me the manga, you gotta give me the anime, man. And then you see Nami, of course, checking on Luffy. Luffy completely out of it. You know how crazy that is? We just went up, like, if you're, like, reading the pages, you see, like, bro is all good, rocked up in Gear 5. And next one completely, like, just finito, bro. Like, just mad. Alright. And then Sanji, walking towards the corpse of Vegapunk. Even though we know Lilith should be on the ship, based on the fact that she was the last one, being the karate chop and all that from Atlas. Vegapunk, what you said earlier isn't sitting right with me. Was this all some sort of gotcha moment for you? Hey now, I couldn't follow everything you were saying, but it was pretty outrageous, wasn't it? Egghead 2 weeks prior. There are some anomalous readings coming from the power station. You can say that again. Monitor for any... I'm trying to remember, how many weeks were we actually here in this arc? Was it exactly 2 weeks? I mean, we'll probably see something there that tells us, but I want to say it hasn't been that long we've been there. You can say that again. Monitor for any fluctuations in particle density and neutron flux. Okay, the energy... Okay, so of course this is like when... oh boy, his name freaking still around. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm already disrespected. That's how you know I've already long since disrespected the hell out of old boy. Shaka, there you go. This is how you know when you get, bro, when you're away from a story for too long, especially when it comes to breaks and all that, a detail is going to miss out. So I apologize to Shaka there. So the energy used by Seraphim is meant to gradually increase over time. This could be a grave error if we miscalculated. Wait, aren't these numbers different from our earlier confirmed readings? Yes, and the rate of reaction is increasing too, but the power station seems stable. This data seems to indicate that someone has tampered with the mother flame to steal its energy. Every single data point related to the power station has been carefully modified. To pull this off, the culprit has to be a Vegapunk. Okay, so this is when they were the first inkling that someone betrayed them within their own group, which of course at the end we mentioned who was York. A Vegapunk? Was it Lilith? Immediately went right to Lilith. Right to Lilith. I'm afraid the three of us are the only ones with ironclad alibis. An insane amount of energy was stolen, so we have to observe the other four to determine who is responsible, especially Lilith. We have to put our brains into offline stealth mode too. Oh, that's right. If our memories of this get uploaded to the Punk records, then Lilith, the culprit will know we're on to them. And then Pythagoras there, 1 week before the present. Attention! I've identified the culprit. It's York. So they knew immediately from there. Okay, so that actually changes some stuff, like going back and rereading the arc itself, that they were aware, like when Shaka was revealing all this stuff after the fact, to the Straw Hats, it's like, no, he been knew who it was. But just as a reconfirm, obviously, right? It's like, what? And then York knocked down everything on the side. The memories she's been synchronizing with Punk records are phony. I've also confirmed that the surveillance nails of the scene of the crime were tampered with too. Why would she do such a thing? And my bad, Lilith. Absolutely. Like, just because she represents what she represents doesn't mean you have to cast judgment that quickly. I have also found evidence that suggests someone deployed the weaponized sea beast without authorization. A jamming white transponder snail was also found in our investigation. I know, we can reconstruct the call data directly from our long-distance transponder snail. Bzz. Dr. Vegapunk is researching the Void Century. Oh my god. So when the hit was already been put out, they been knew it was over, man. Oh my god, that is so, at that point, if it was like Mafia style, you would have probably had to have whacked York at that moment in time. She rang, look at him, he's like, saw, she rang Mary so no wonder Cyberpunk keeps coming here to snoop around. Oh my god, she was on offer before. 6 days before the present, the kingdom of Lelucia has been... Okay, so now we already get confirmation basically of how long we actually been on this damn island, so at least for less than a week. Fair enough. The details are still a bit foggy, but I have a bad feeling about this. Yeah, and if there was any more confirmation, honestly, that this happened with God Valley, Lelucia right there is the biggest indicator of it. Pythagoras, observe any changes to the sea levels and monitor all wireless transmissions. Yes, sir. Do you think this has something to do with the theft of the Mother Flame? I'm sure of it. That portion of the flame must have been delivered to the government by one of the weaponized sea beasts. If you'll permit me to indulge in pure conjecture, it seems plausible the world government possesses one of the ancient weapons. Okay, so then you know what? It erases one thing I was going to have for a possible Elbaf video, which I'm going to have to edit that script out and omit it from there, because if he's basically saying that, then pretty much almost confirms like Uranus has to be the one that's on Marriage a lot, right? Because we already know with Poseidon, we know that's all the way with Fishman Island, and Pluton itself we know is all the way at the very bottom of Old Wano. So it leaves that one clearly, and not to mention coming from down from the sky, that like it has so Uranus, and it must have needed another energy. My conclusion: even if this deduction is sound, it's hard to speak it out loud. For obvious reasons. It's my fault after all. Only a fool lets their greed run amok, and I went and personified mine. Yeah, see, splitting yourself, you thought it had its values, man, but my god, as soon as the backdraws came in, it bit you in the worst place possible, man. Is there any benefit to apprehending York now that we know? No, it's too late for that. York's motives are irrelevant now. They will still come to erase anyone who knows of the Void Century. York already demonstrated her worth to them by rashly handing over the Mother Flame. The best we can do is use that trust as an opportunity to determine their intent for the flame and try to mitigate the damage. Stella, we still have a chance to escape if we flee now. Prepare a boat for the other residents, Kosor. They still have a shot of escaping Egghead. But it'll be impossible for us. The Navy will have issued secret orders to every branch and base by now. They'll chase us to the ends of the world, and our inevitable deaths will be meaningless. At least here on Egghead, we have something O'Hara didn't 22 years ago. We have the means and equipment to amplify our voices as far and wide as possible. I mean, yeah, man, that's the thing too. Like, if we have like a mad scientist like this that is playing around with technology and advancing it day by day, it gives him the resources needed to be able to do what he did, which is put out that phone call across the globe, the FaceTime of FaceTimes. You know, like my man literally streamed to the world. And guess what? He didn't need a donation tab whatsoever, even though he was probably sneaking in the bottom. But it doesn't matter. My man was able to put his voice out there and assure the streets of what they needed to know for the wars to come. What exactly is the world government? The closer I get, the more shrouded it becomes. If I must die, I will sell my life dearly. Yo. Oh, man, listen, Vegapunk got it, bro. My man got it. He said, it don't matter, man. If I gotta die, bro, listen, the truth gonna come out. The truth will set you free. I'll promise you that, man. I apologize for wrapping you two into all this. Don't be silly. We're Vegapunks just like you. We're all thinking the same thing. And then look at that massive brain. Look at that head, dog. The dome. Yo, man. Just one issue, Stella. What exactly constitutes death for someone like us? Okay, that is a very deep one there. Okay, good point. There is one other thing we must safeguard. Our cloud loft technology to manufacture artificial island clouds. It may be pivotal in saving humanity in the near future. Okay, that is going to be some information you're going to keep in the tuck when it comes to the final arc. Right there. Cloud loft technology to manufacture artificial island clouds that could be pivotal in saving humanity in the near future. Like, something like that, I don't know. That's just like, oh man, it's probably the base to keep people afloat over the fact that we know the rising sea levels and everything with the ocean. It's going to be something like that, possibly. Because obviously you go through cloud, like in real life and stuff, it's not going to hold you together. You're going to go right through and then hit the ground splat. So maybe it's something like that's going to keep people like up the surface in that case. Possibly because I could be wrong. I don't know if we actually got to see in this arc, and I'm going to have to go back and reread it, if somebody actually was like landing on clouds or walking on them and stuff, or even going back to like Skypiea. But those were more natural than what they have here. So that's a possibility that of use that would be interesting. A voter could implicate it for that. And then you see York, Stella, what are you doing here? Oh, is that you, York? And then of course see MF right there when we first saw them. You know, same old, same old. If our experiments to optimize the Mother Flame allow this thing to move again, it'll be a big breakthrough in creating our ideal energy source. That's right. It'd be amazing if we achieve that soon, right? And like, York, do you think York, like, bro, like, we're on to you. We know what you're about. We know what you're trying, man. I can only pray it never gets perfected. It's like, you know, it's like two people that knew the truth about exactly what's going on and like try and play up a facade. 2 days before the present. Go ahead and speak now. The recording has begun. Oh, so this is in the live stream. Okay, fair enough. Mic check, testing. This guy, he's literally just like every YouTuber that starts up their very first stream. How would I know that? Because I literally I still do it to this day if I was still streaming. Attention world, hello there. Don't tell me this guy has the Waza Wayne Rooney tech, bro, because start using that. This is Dr. Vegapunk, the world's greatest and most humble scientific genius. What we said will come back as a big shock, right? Maybe, but everyone has a right to know the truth. No one will ever expect the transponder snail to be hidden here. So it looks like, okay, so it looks like within MF was basically where it's basically saying, my death will trigger the message to be sent out worldwide. We need to ensure that no one finds out till it's too late. Any abnormality in our behavior could be a tip-off that spoils our plans. Erasing our own memories is the safest bet. That said, there will be consequences. We'll lose all memories related to this matter. The fact that York stole the Mother Flame. Oh, so then that's okay. That makes sense because then it's like so when they were operating as they were operating when we met them, they already did the whole thing. That makes it that because I look at it was gonna end up becoming a contradiction and stuff because people will immediately when they see like anything goes wrong in the story and stuff, that's the first thing they're gonna point out after, right? But okay, so that makes sense. So they went and erased their memories as a safe thing. Okay, so we'll lose our memories there. The fact that our lives are currently at stake, we'll have to suffer through all those bombshells all over again. Like this is the first time, indeed. This fear that we feel for our lives will be brand new to us. But we have put our countermeasures in place. Even if things go sideways, it'll still be our victory. And I love how the lighting in the background is almost like you're treating like a heart like beat meter, but also at the same time like a voice like if you ever seen like in wrestling, Degeneration X, the old like little lining and stuff that they would have for like the voices and all that, it's like that in the background, very similar to it, but that is actually so beast. Okay, the Memory Mass Research Lab. What are we doing here? So this is like right after they just clocked the memories. This is my handwriting. Good morning, everybody. You'll find that you three have been missing 4 nights worth of memories that were wiped out of your own volition. A number of things will probably come as a surprise because this, which is ironically... Oh, so they kept this already prepared, okay. I will tell you one thing, though. The world government has found out about our research into the voice center. Look at it. Yeah, man. They meant that, bro. This is the first reaction finding out again. Like, all the information and stuff that they've been knowing, it's like, oh my god, like, what? It's like, we know it again. Am I really telling myself to go die? I've already taken the best precautions possible. You'll just have to put your faith in me and die. Oh, and one last thing. Stella, Emperor Straw Hat's crew and Bonnie just made landfall. Oh my god. Oh my. And they already know, like, his head losses it. Like, if his head wasn't already attached to him, bro, like, he's already lost. It's like, what? Cyberpol is approaching too. What? There's also a naval armada coming to blockade the island. What? Admiral Kizaru and Elder Saint Saturn seem to be with them. What? Yo, he is taking the page from Stone Cold, bro. That's crazy. After we rescue Bonnie from down there, I think it'd be best suited if I stay put. Okay, so now you see afterwards when he was with like the others and everything, with Sanji, Atlas, Frankie. You don't need me to help escape anymore. I thought about it. Just let me die here. What? You have a death wish? Far from it. But I have come to believe that my death will see something important into motion. This is going to be a big mess, and we just can't sit there and watch you die. We got to do something. One more thing. Whoa. It's about the One Piece. Hold on. We waited and saved the best for last, man. Where are my Christian belts, bro? Where are they? There. Come here. No chance, bro. No chance, bro. Are you kidding me, bro? No chance. I'll fix whatever inside's almost broken. Like, the hotkey's already taking over the room. Almost fell out of my chair, bro. That's how you know this is already crazy. That brother just said all that little dialogue over there and said, by the way, bro, one more thing. Straight like Uncle from Jackie Chan Adventures, bro. One more thing, bro. I got something to tell you about the One Piece. What about it? I want you guys. Here's to reuniting with old friends. Cheers. I want you guys to be the ones who find it. Okay, fair enough. So, I thought it was going to be like super great, but it's like, I don't know, but at the same time, but if he's aware to a degree of what it could possibly bring, then it's like, you better be the ones to get it. If somebody else gets it, bad times. Here's a reuniting with old friends. Cheers. And you see all the rest of them are there, it's all celebrating. You see, with Dorian Brogan there, up with Usopp. It's like, hold on, do this later. Wait for me. Look at Luffy. Oh, poor guy, man. It's like, woo! We're off to the land of my dreams, Elbaf. Yeah. Thinking 2 moves ahead. And the chapter ends there, and we are going to get a chapter next week, which I am praying will be out as early as possible on the Thursday morning. So, yeah, man. Egghead's finished. I think it's safe to say right there. If that's the art, like the chapter that we could say is the end point for Egghead, fair enough, because it couldn't feel more of an ending to an arc than right there and then. You know, obviously we'll see ourselves when we get to 1124, but that's actually a very sound ending right there, where we basically I know with this chapter it feels like you're getting a revisiting of, you know, from the characters from before we got to the island, but it's like they were aware of everything that was going on from the jump, and then they set in motion this plan that hopefully that once, you know, it's like you almost like a chance ball kind of thing, right? That eventually once you get to that moment, you'll be able to activate the moment in time to be able to reveal the details needed, so that even if you get smoked, which we see at the end of this arc, Lil's the only one, York, you could also say as well, that remains at the end. At least the information needed for what is to come in the arcs that are going to come by, and then especially the Grand War itself, that the information needed is going to be provided. And yeah, man, they staked their lives, even wiping their own memories, just to ensure that this plan would work out. And yeah, man, what a way for basically the main Vegapunk, but like, you know, with Shaka and Pythagoras and all that, to find out that those three were the key components of like making sure that this plan went through the way that it did. And then using, of course, Emeth and all that just for the message to go through. Because if they would have realized right there at the moment the Goro say that if Emeth was the one carrying the message, they would have just gonna obliterate that thing, no problem. So, yeah, man. They pulled it off, got what they needed to do, and now, with the information at hand that they have, it's time for the Straw Hats to go out there, man, and go find the truth. Because, again, we still have so much to still deal with. Like, we have to get that last world poneglyph, and if Hizukuro, you know, the man with the burned scar and all that, if they're the ones in possession of it, and if you're going to save on time in the story for the sake, I guess, of Oda's health and everything, I would imagine when we get to Elbaf, we're going to end up seeing them. And I'll talk about them more when I have time and stuff to do the Elbaf video. Because now that I have little tweaks here and there, I can actually go ahead and make that, and hopefully it'll be out sooner than later. But yeah, man, I'm very optimistic now going into Elbaf that this arc is going to be one for the ages. And I say this because, you know, we just came off Egghead, for me personally, one of my favorite arcs now in One Piece, top 3 in the entire series, just from the amount of stuff that we got. And then, of course, you know, the greatness of the Kuma flashback and then just everything after it, you know. But, man, it just, for what this arc just set up right now, like, it's just crazy calling it set up, even though it's like top 3 for me in the series, but it just built this level of hype. Now, ever more going to Elbaf, that it's going to be, like, has a chance for all-time status, too. And, like, I love that that's the energy that we're going with, because sometimes it's like, once you reach the peak of a story, you think there's no way it can get any higher, but, like, with One Piece, yes, it can. It definitely can go higher in quality, and I'm excited to see how Oda's going to pull that off. But, yeah, man, shout out to the Vegapunks for doing what they had to do, even if, you know, they have to go through the jungle gyms and all that just to be able to get the message across and pull off the live stream. They did a fairly decent job of doing so. And shout out to Emeth, of course, even at the start of the chapter as well. It looks like, yeah, they're already Owari thought at that point. So, you know, God bless them. Greatest Iron Giant to ever exist, honestly, at that point. Unless they're going to be more revealed in the Void Century, then fair enough. But shout out to Emeth. We're off to Elbaf. Egghead is finished. An Arc of Legend is done, but another one is soon to begin soon. And we'll probably end up seeing, I don't know, like a post-arc. I don't know for how long. It's going to be interesting how that's going to go down next week. And hopefully, like I said again, it comes out as early as possible before I fly out to NYC. But, guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let me know how we're feeling about this week's chapter of One Piece. But specifically, if this is the end of Egghead, and we're considering right now, 1123 is the conclusion of the arc, how we are feeling that this was the end of Egghead. How do we feel about the arc just in general, now that we're pretty much done it? Where does it place for you in the entirety of the series? Is it, you know, one of your favorites? Is it top 10, top 5, top 3, top 1 possibly? Let me know down in the comments below. Any clarifications, any input, anything you want to add about the chapter if it was important, then talk about too much, because honestly, we're so like deep into the discussions and all that regarding Vegapunk and exactly what the plan was and all that. Maybe there might have been a detail I'm going to miss there of interest, but if you guys want to talk about that in the comments below, please feel free to do so. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. If you want to be part of the weekly experience when it comes to my coverage of One Piece week in, week out, subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the bell to Andorra to stay up to date with everything goes on the channel. With that being all said, I will catch you guys hopefully next week on the Thursday to cover the chapter. If it does somehow come out on the Friday, I will try to get it out as early, like probably afternoon, evening time when I'm in New York. It might be a little bit different, thumbnail and stuff, scenery. Probably the audio too might be a little bit different, but we'll do what we can to be able to cover the chapter next week. And I'm excited to see where we go from here, man. Whether we jump straight into the post arc, or God help me, bro, if we jump straight into Elbaf, what a way to kick off the next phase of the story. And this final saga, it's already been looking special just off what we saw in Egghead. But for what's to come, a legendary run continues as it should. Commodore Last signing off. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care.